Okay, today's tasting is for Brian McClintic. He's in his exam in a couple of weeks. And the reds I picked are pretty straightforward, just a couple little twists today to see if he's on his game. The Pinot Noir is Santa Rita Hills. It's a very classic California Pinot Noir, but it's an '06, so it's got a couple of years age on it. And it's very telling in the color, and we'll see if he picks that up because it's a pretty good indicator. Straight down the pipe, Chianti Reserva from, large producer, very typical. And then a Malbec, and this is a Malbec that I used to work with this company, and I know this wine. It's really old school Argentina. But the whites are kind of funny today because I picked aromatic whites, 2 aromatic whites to start, which are always difficult. And this one, I used this on a couple of Masters candidates about 3 weeks ago, and this is Craggy Range Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. But everybody expects it to be South Island Marlborough. Well, this one's not. This is from Martinborough, from the southern tip of the North Island. So its profile is slightly different, and it really messed him up last week. So we'll see if Mr. McClintic has his wits about him. Nice little Albarino, nice and clean. Albarino has been really screwing people up. This is classic. So this is Puy-Fissé, which of course was on every wine list for 50 years. America just thinks what Burgundy was, but it's really old school. This is the 150th anniversary of Louis Jadot. It's a great old house. And this is Puy-Fissé, which nobody tastes anymore because it's so old school. But this is a great example of white from the Mâconnais district of Burgundy. And it's a very straightforward Chardonnay. So we'll see. I'm intrigued to see how Brian does with this wine because it has all the elements. It's an inexpensive white Burgundy, so it has all the elements, but not the really big oak and all those things, but some of the little ticks that might think it might. So we'll see how he is today. We got how many days left there, champ?
We have 10 days left.
You ready?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
That's not good enough.
Yes, I'm ready.
That's a better answer. I don't want to hear that other kind of answer.
Okay.
People don't pass that have that kind of answer. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is this the most ready you've ever been in your career?
Definitely.
Definitely?
Definitely.
Like you mean it?
Absolutely.
All right. We're about to find out. It's very intriguing. Why do you find this amusing?
I feel
like this is like...
It's motivational. It's good. It's like...
This is it.
Okay.
You got 10 days.
All right.
Otherwise, it's another year.
Mm-hmm.
Want to wait another year?
No.
No, that would suck, wouldn't it?
It would suck. Yeah.
Okay. So, 6 wines, 25 minutes.
Okay.
And I need your best effort.
Give you everything I got.
That's what I expect. Okay, when you're ready, sir.
Oxidation. Wine number 1 is a clear straw wine with golden green reflections moving to a watery meniscus. The wine is day bright. No evidence of gas, floccants, or sediment. Concentration is medium minus, and viscosity is medium plus. Nose. Clean sound wine. There's a moderate plus intensity aromas. The wine is youthful. Confirm lemon, lime, pith, grapefruit rind. Touch of gooseberry, green apple, pear, underripe white peach, hint of tangerine, maybe a little kiwi and passion fruit. There is elderflower, there is some gardenia white florals, little rose water, chalky, limestoney minerality here. Doesn't appear to be any oak aging on the wine. I'm definitely getting some grass, some hay, some straw. Appears to be some pyrazine note, like a subtle capsicum, green bell pepper coming through on the wine. Medium plus complexity. Palate. Dry wine. Medium bodied. Alcohol. Alcohol is a soft medium plus. The acid is high. Confirm the lemon and lime pith, the grapefruit, gooseberry, green apple, more green apple skin on the palate. There is a little tangerine, a little underripe white peach, definitely those kiwi passion fruit, more underripe. Elderflower, gardenia, confirm no oak here. Chalk, limestone minerality. There is some grass, some hay, some straw, some pyrazine, green bell pepper, capsicum, scallion. This is almost flinty. This is medium plus complexity on the nose. It's well balanced and has a medium plus finish. In conclusion, I'm in the Old World, cool climate. Grape varietals include Sauvignon Blanc, maybe a really grassy Chablis. Age range is 1 to 3 years old. Possible countries, France. Final conclusion, this is Sauvignon Blanc from France, from Loire Valley, from Central Vineyards. Could be Pouilly-Fumé, but I've had some flinty Sancerres too. We'll call it Sancerre. I believe this is not ripe enough to be 09. I'll call it 2008 vintage. High quality producer. Wine number 2 is again a pale straw with golden green reflections moving to a watery meniscus. The wine is star bright. No evidence of gas, flocculence, or sediment. Concentration is medium minus. Viscosity is holding at medium plus on the nose. Queenstown wine. There's a moderate intensity of aromas. The wine is youthful. It's a pretty neutral nose here. I'm getting some baked apple, some lemon, more like Meyer lemon. Touch of stone fruit, some underripe white peach. The fruits are a little bit baked, a little bit bruised. There's some oxidation here, blanched almond, little hawthorn, acacia floral, some lees. This is leesy. Lees, cheese rind, maybe some oyster cell, some chalk, limestone. Doesn't appear to be any oak aging, predominantly older barrel, or if anything. There is, again, a little grassiness, a little hay and straw, similar to the first wine. Seems to be similar soil. Like a little peanut shell, that blanched almond, that oxidation. This is a moderate complexity on the nose, palate. Dry wine, medium bodied. Alcohol is acids, medium plus. Alcohol's just moderate. Change my viscosity, moderate. Very tart on the palate. It's borderline high. It's a strong medium plus acidity. Confirm the lemon lime rind, that more green apple, but the fruits are kind of baked. Underripe white peach, a little bit of hawthorn, acacia, white florals, very muted, wilted, blanched almond, cheese rind, lees, chalk limestone minerality, no new oak usage, grass, and some hay and straw. So peanut shell confirmed. Some slight phenolic bitterness here. This is medium plus complexity. It's well balanced and has a medium finish. Initial conclusion, Old World wine. Again, cool climate. Possible grape varietals include, I consider Muscadet neutral, Pinot Grigio neutral, Chablis. It's the only things that are coming to mind. Possible countries, France and Italy. I'd expect a little more alcohol for Pinot Grigio. I mean, this is like 12. And the acid's up there. So it's Muscadet or Chablis. Final conclusion. Call this Chardonnay from France, from Yon Chablis. This is 2008 AC Chablis. Next wine. Next wine is a more of a medium gold with brassy and green highlights moving to a wire meniscus. The wine is day bright. No evidence of gas, flocculence, or sediment. Concentration is medium and viscosity is, that's holding, that's high on the nose. Clean sound wine. There's a moderate plus intensity aromas. The wine is youthful, maybe slightly developing at this point. Baked fruits, baked apple, lemon curd, more like orchard peach. This is toast, brioche, creme brulee. There's some white florals, a little acacia, a touch of honey. There is a little bit of mushroom. There's a little bit of, definitely some new oak aging here. Vanilla, clove, baking spices, cinnamon, cardamom, medium usage. There is marzipan. There is, again, a chalky limestone profile here. A little bit of candied ginger. A touch of grass, called grass on 3 wines. This is moderate plus complexity on the nose, palate. Dry wine. Medium plus body. Alcohol is just medium plus. Acid is medium plus. Confirm the baked fruit profile. Baked golden apple, lemon curd, ripe orchard peach. There is retronasal, some banana, a little bit of pineapple coming through. There is white florals, hawthorn, acacia, touch of honeysuckle. There is chalk and limestone minerality. We have moderate usage of new oak, vanilla, cloves, cinnamon, cardamom, baking spices. We have mushroom and truffle. There is like a little butter retronasal as well. Gone through mallow. It's that almondy note. Touch of reduction, a little bit of sulfur. Medium plus complexity, well balanced, long finish. Conclusion, old world wine from a cool climate, moderate climate. Possible grape varietals include Chardonnay, Marsanne, Roussanne. Really can't be anything else for me. Age range is 1 to 5 years. Final conclusion, this is Chardonnay from France, from Burgundy, from the Côte de Beaune. This is Meursault. The vintage is 2007. And this is AOC level. We'll call it Premier Cru level. We'll call it Perrier or Charme. We'll call it Perrier. Changed my conclusion on wine number 2 to Muscadet from France, from the Loire Valley, from Muscadet, Severt, Maine, AOP level. Okay. Anise. Raisinated fruit. Anise. Okay, wine number 4 is a light ruby moving out to a light garnet core with significant rim variation, a hint of brown at the edge. Wine is translucent. It's kind of a dull wine, maybe indicating age or oxidation. Concentration is medium minus, viscosity is moderate plus on the nose. We'll call it a clean sound wine. Moderate plus intensity aromas. The wine is definitely on its way, developing to Venice. This is baked oxidative fruits here. Black and red. There's like blackberry, plum, red currant, black currant, some fig, some prune, some raisins, some sweet and sour, some rose potpourri.
Halfway.
Okay. Rose potpourri, some sweet herbs like rosemary, bay leaf, thyme, a little bit of clay, gravel. Nuttiness like a mocha and espresso and like a burnt nut, bitter almond. It's a complex wine. There's a lot going on. Organic earth, mushroom, truffle, tar, tobacco leaf. This is high complexity palate. Dry wine, there's almost a touch of RS here. Confirm the blackberry, plum, red currant, black currant, fig, the prune, the raisin, from the rose potpourri. Let's go back up to structure here. Alcohol is high. This is burning, it's like 14.5 plus. Alcohol is high. Acid. Acid's medium plus. Some VA on this wine. Confirm the rose potpourri, confirm the bay leaf, the oregano, thyme, a little sweet and sour. That nut, bitter almond. Confirm an herbal shrub, that gravel, clay. This is got moderate tannin. This is confirm the organic mushroom, the truffle. There's an oxidized baked character to the fruit. A little bit of Kirsch distillate. This is medium plus complexity. There's no new oak on this wine. Predominantly older barrel, if any. I get a little cinnamon and clove on the nose and palate. Retronasal, that's it. This conclusion, old world wine, warm climate. It's too hot for Pinot. It's a thin-skinned grape, though. Grenache, perhaps Corvina. What else is raisinated like this and hot? From Tempranillo, perhaps, but I'm not getting any American oak. Age range here, this is like 10 to 20 years old. This is old, showing its age. I don't think it's quite hot enough to be Corvina or raisinated. Final conclusion, this is Grenache Syrah blend from France, from the Rhone, from the southern Rhone Valley. This is warm vintage, 1998 Chateauneuf de Pape from a high quality producer. Wine number 5 is a dark ruby opaque, moving to translucent, moving to a lighter ruby rim. There's just a hint of garnet at the edge, medium rim variation. The wine is day bright, slight staining in the tears. Concentration is medium, and viscosity is medium plus on those. Clean sound wine. Moderate plus intensity aromas. The wine is youthful. Volatile acidity here, but this is like tart, dried red fruits. So cranberry, pomegranate, cherry, sour, little raspberry, A little plummy character. There's like beautiful rose lavender potpourri. Very elegant nose. There's anise, caramelized orange peel. There is fennel seed. No new oak. A little bit of cinnamon, little clove, but this is predominantly older barrel again. Some bay leaf, some oregano, thyme, clay, tar, truffle. Again, high complexity. A little bit of blood and meat. Palate. From the tart red fruits, cranberry, blackberry, raspberry, pomegranate, cherry, sour. From the lavender and rose, almost violets coming through now. There is a hint of that green herbal note. It's almost like mint retronasal, but I get the bay leaf, I get the thyme, oregano. There is a little VA. There is that clay, fennel, aniseed, orange peel. This is moderate plus complexity. It's well balanced, has a long finish. This conclusion, old world wine from a moderate climate. Possible grape varietals include perhaps Sangiovese, can include Bordeaux, but it's too tart. No new oak. It's not cold enough to be Nebbiolo. Age range here is 5 to 10 years. Final conclusion, this is Sangiovese from Italy, from Tuscany, from Brunello di Montalcino. And the vintage is 2000 and 0401. I think this is 01 Normale, DOCG level from a high quality producer. Wine number 6 is a dark opaque ruby moving out to a neon purple rim with significant staining in the tears. The wine is opaque, high concentration. Viscosity is high. Clean sound wine, there's a high intensity aromas. The wine is youthful with suggestions of development due to oak aging. It's a melange of blackberry, blueberry, baked plum, boysenberry. The fruits are juicy, they're jammed up, they're baked, they're ripe. Violet and lilac floral. This is a very floral wine. Seems to be very primary, driven by its fruit. A touch of cocoa and green herb underneath. It's like an overripe, underripe core. This wine is grapey. This moderate usage of new oak, vanilla cloves, cinnamon baking spices. A touch of clay and iron. Some gravel. This is moderate plus complexity. Dry wine, full-bodied, alcohol's high, acid. Acid's soft, medium plus. Tannin is high. Confirm that black-blue profile, blackberry, blueberry, boysenberry jam, plum, currant cassis, retronasal, violet, lilac florals. There's a little bit of that cocoa powder, that mint. I don't want to call this pyrazine. There's like a little green core, green bell pepper, underripe, overripe. This is grapey, driven by its fruit, gravel, clay. This is got some cedar. Medium. It's this medium plus complexity. It's well balanced and has a long finish, driven by alcohol. There was new oak mentioned as well, vanilla clove, cinnamon baking spice, just a moderate usage. This conclusion is a New World wine from a warm climate. Possible grape varietals include Malbec, Syrah, Cabernet. Thick-skinned grape. You know, this is so grapey. I'm leaning towards Malbec. It's too tannic to be Syrah. even though the fruit character is there. If this is Cab, it's mountain fruit, and it's like '08, straight out of the barrel. But in the end, what is showing most is Malbec for me. This is Malbec from Argentina, from Mendoza. This is 2008 vintage. Moderate plus quality producer. Pinot Grigio. I can't go back. I'll stick with that. Yeah. It's a tricky wine. Done.
2337. Let's look at your splits. 328. Really had trouble with number 2. So low 731, right? 1054. Okay. Did you like the little trap I laid for you? Because you sure fell for it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
That doesn't
2 and
sound
3.
good. Did I flip-flop them?
Well, the minute you called Chardonnay, I knew you were doomed. Because the third one is a Chardonnay.
Well, I called this Chardonnay, right?
Yeah.
So I
But
got that,
You
but
called,
yeah.
you called that Chardonnay too.
Right.
Then you had to go back and change it to 1120.
Have to, because
Right. But at least you went back. You went right, but.
right.
And I think you were headed the right direction toward the end. And if you need more wine, ask for it. Mm-hmm. Ask for more wine.
Oh,
You had a
really?
minute
I
and a
can do
half.
that?
Yeah, absolutely. You should have stopped.
Oh,
Stopped
cool.
and reported you.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know I could do that.
Well, you made money today, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Is it PG?
1619, 1957, 2303. So I think the wine that you struggled the most with, I can tell by your time, was number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I brought this. I told the guys earlier that I did it this way purposely because this is a good test. Because none of these wines are expensive. This whole lineup was $100, but they're good examples of what they are and very fair. So let's start with number 1, huh? We had, you're the third person to flub this one. Let's put your nose back in there. And and you all did the same thing. Ian did it, and Kim Beto did it. The same thing. Same thing.
Well, it's Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, absolutely, it's Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
Pyrazine, alcohol, acid medium plus, alcohol high. If you have alcohol high, acid medium plus, are you in the old world?
I didn't call high alcohol in this wine. That's my problem.
I have it right here.
I called it high alcohol in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Wrong one. Excuse me. You called it medium plus. You waffled between medium and medium plus, and you came back to medium plus. Mm-hmm. So sounds like I just don't got it.
Yeah, I made a mistake on that wine.
I mean, you got the scallion, you got all the good parts. And it's funny, but you hit the pyrazine and the capsicum over and over. If you're going to hit pyrazine and capsicum, where are you?
New Zealand.
Every time. And they did the same thing. But this is a little tricky wine, yeah?
Yeah.
So, and this is Ian's house wine, which really pissed him off. And I was intrigued to see if you would fall, it would hit you the same way, and it did. And for some reason, this is the Craggy Range, but it's Martinborough, so it's south tip of the North Island. So its profile is a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But you did the same thing they did, exactly the same, which really I found intriguing because it's just not what I expected. When you call it and you're that strong, and I underlined all that, the pyrazine, the scallion, everything, you got to stay in New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
And because it didn't have that profile of the easy Marlborough, everybody's flubbing it,
Yeah.
right? Remember now there's a whole bunch of wines coming in from Nelson, there's some starting to come in from the south, and there's a lot coming in from Hawke's Bay, from the inland, like this one, right? That, is a fooler. But, listen to what you're saying. That was a freebie, you know, and you punished yourself because you went to the old world. Remember, this is the Masters.
Right.
Okay?
Can't do that.
That hurt. That hurt. I mean, you're behind the schneid there. How about number 2? Here, I'm gonna pour. Hand me your glass. You know, you killed this on the nose. You absolutely smoked it. And then you start wandering off into Never Never Land. So you hit the orange and the tangerine, you hit the Lisi, everything. Does that sound? Now the Muscadet I get, but Chablis, no. I mean, I'm not buying. Orange, cheese rind, orange, tangerine.
Yeah. Who is this?
Okay, the second one. Sorry, Fred. With Brogan's. I mean, you know, it's $12. Love that. It was a nice little example.
I've nailed Bergen's twice, so I should have gotten
Bergen's Parma, yeah. Yeah, I thought you would. I thought it was a pretty fair example. I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff.
It is.
You know, there's no magic in there.
No, I've nailed this wine before.
That's 09.
It's a totally fair example.
Yeah. You know what's funny is this. You did the same thing. You hit the wine just perfectly.
Well, it was so shy in the nose. I don't know why it was so
And I
shy
only have
now.
chill.
And
I
I'm
only
smelling
have.
it now.
They were too cold the last time.
Right.
So I made sure that they were right temperature when they
Right.
came out. And this is. I mean, I thought it was the most fair example you could throw out there.
That's fair.
It is what it is.
Super fair.
Yeah. But at least you're in the old world, and you know that. And coming back to the Muscadet probably would have saved you a little political capital. But there's just too much fruit, and when that orange thing, I mean, you should just automatically.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know, I put these two in for a reason, and I think as we get toward here's my reasoning on this. As we get towards the end, okay, I truly believe that you want to make it harder than it is. So things that you should be bankers, that you should be doing, everybody's like, oh, it can't be that easy. It has to be something a little different. So I have to do something really cool, like Sevriman, right? Like, there's no Lee's quality in that. It's a little cheesy, but that orange thing, I mean, and you nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know why I wasn't going there. It was so neutral. I've had this wine a bunch of times, and it's like super flamboyant in the glass. It smells like Viognier almost.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I picked it, because it's such a good example.
It's a really good example.
Yeah.
Totally fair. I smell it now. I didn't smell it then. It was weird.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3. This was intriguing, because I picked this wine, and I told the guys I was going to do this. Because I knew for sure, because we're getting close to the exam, and to show you that what I'm telling you is you want to make things harder than they truly are.
Don't tell me this is a New World wine.
No, it's not. No.
Okay.
No. But Premier Cru Perrier. Premier Cru Perrier. Apparently, you must be drinking very expensive wine. Because I certainly wouldn't pour that level of wine for you, the likes of you.
If we say, oh, God.
Here.
Sorry.
See, and you know, you had it, man. Now, Mariceau's not a bad call. And if you'd said AOC, but oh no, it has to. There's no way. There's nothing in here that you said that told me this was any type of Cru white Burgundy. It's just straight on. It's a nice Chardonnay. It's macro. It's not anything special. I mean, it's nicely made. It's no flaw. I mean, they have some of the best Puy holdings, but you know, you wanted to make it more than it was, and that's 3 examples there. Yeah. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Okay. Go with what got you here. Don't make it harder than it is. Unless it really is. All right? Ooh, this was a good tasting today. I have my A game today. This one I knew, I'm going to pour you a little more here because I love the way you work this. You didn't come up right, but I liked the technique. And I think if you'd have taken a little more time with this, you probably would have taken it to the right spot.
This thing smells like sherry, man.
Well, it's an older wine. I picked it for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said, I don't think 4 times. That's out.
It's like older Pinot or something.
Oh, shit.
But it's like New World.
It is? Because you said it. And I couldn't get acid medium plus, alcohol high, acid medium plus. You called the VA, right? The nutty nose. Yeah, it is. Exactly what it is.
This is 06? Good
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it was on the shelf at Bedmo. I just had to have it. All dusty and funky. Probably been sitting there for 4 years. But I was going to chuck it, and I said, I think it's just what it is. It's just old New World Pinot Noir. Mm-hmm. We're just so used to tasting 08 and 09 that we forget.
Right.
But I liked the work that went in there was good. And I think you kind of gave up on it.
Something in the back of my mind was saying Pinot, but when I got the alcohol
You
so
said it.
high,
You said Pinot.
and it smelled so earthy. The problem was I wasn't in the New World. So I'm like, this can't be Old World Pinot. So I just eliminated New World Pinot from my mind because it was so like earthy and oxidized, like.
Okay. By the way, when I go back to number 2, your comment, the only thing that comes to mind, I don't give a squat what comes to your mind, neither does anybody else. And all this, I think, and all is just wasting time. All right? Get rid of it. Unless it really helps you with your conclusions.
Okay.
All right? Because nobody's interested. They're just interested in you getting the right wine. But I really liked the work in there. I mean, the rays, and you kept coming back to it. And you got the herb and the whole deal, and the rose, and the rose petals and all that. The moderate tan. I mean, you really did a nice job with it. And you got there, and I thought it was, in the end, pretty straightforward, older New World Pinot Noir. Doesn't suck. I did a pretty good job with this wine. But again, it's the same mistake you made in the 3. Is this Brunello di Montalcino? Look at the color.
What is it? It seemed like Grosso. Rosso or Chianti.
You're not the only person doing this, by the way. I mean, this is as straightforward as it gets. That's just straight down the pipe, Chianti Classico. I mean, sterile. I mean, it's not sterile. It's just a nicely made wine, but is what it is. Mm-hmm. And the color alone should have given it away. And your description. I mean, you had the sour cherry, you had all that, but I mean, it was just so nice. And then I was like, yeah. And then, but you wanted to make it better than it was. Mm-hmm. And that's the tendency in the last couple of weeks. Oh man, it couldn't just be straight Chianti Classico. It's got to be Brunello because this is the master's exam. Call him as you see him. Okay? Now, put a smile on your face because the last wine was perfect. The last wine was exactly what I would have wanted to see in the previous 5.
All right.
You killed it. The reasoning was outstanding. It was. I underlined it. It was. If I was writing the wine for this exam, I would have done it exactly like you did it. I mean, that was perfect. And so that tells me, I think, when you calm down a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it got better and better and better and better.
Smells just like Albarino.
That's better. Much better.
Forgot the pepper.
Straight,
There.
no, you got it all. You got it all. And the nice thing is, in your argument about Syrah, and you picked up the high tannins, right? The medium plus tannins.
Yeah.
That was a good reason to back off. I mean, the logic was good. Everything was good. I mean, you kind of gave the first one away. You should have picked up a nice lead there. You should have been, the percentage points ahead on that one. Mm-hmm. Number 2. Ah, okay. That hurt.
That really hurt because this is so classic. I've been tasting so much Albarino, and I've had this example, same producer, same vintage,
And this wine's in nice shape. There's nothing wrong with it.
3 times now, and I just didn't pick up much on the nose. I missed the tropicality of it. I got a little bit of orange, but I missed the tropicality. It was a lot.
No, but you picked up the orange, and the orange is always, to me, is the giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because when you called Chablis, when you got to the white Burgundy on the end, you knew you were screwed.
Well, it's a good thing, right? And it's like it gives me another shot at this. But yeah, that was.
See, I thought this was a very fair tasting.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you worked a little too hard.
I haven't had a lot of Martinborough Sauv Blanc.
No, and I could have just thrown up. The Marlboro's too easy, and that's what everybody.
It's fair. It's like.
But
there's
but
no,
I mean, all I
no
wanted to
question
do,
that Sauvignon Blanc.
like I said, but because it wasn't exactly that Marlboro profile, it can't be New Zealand, can it?
You know what I've been doing? It's like 09 Sancerre is so ripe that they're starting to smell like New Zealand.
I don't disagree.
It's just messing
I don't
with
disagree
me,
with
messing
you.
with my head. There was something about this that I knew wasn't Sancerre, Totally fair tasting. Got that Pinot, man. Smell this sucker, dude. It smells like a poisse.
Well, but it's older California Pinot.
Well, what I
It's
miss
New
here
World.
is the oak. I mean, the reality is if there's new oak on the wine, I said there was no new oak on the wine.
It's Brian Babcock.
Right.
I mean, he's an oak monster.
Right. So if I say there's no new oak, I screw myself because if there's oak, then everything changes. It can only be Pinot. What else is
no
oak?
new oak? Oak's like a half.
What else is
A half.
Oaked and thin skin.
Country, or is. Ew.
that was a butcher.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to call it crappy New World Pinot or bad vintage from Oregon or, some crummy Australian Pinot or something like that, okay, but it's got to be New World, I think. Particularly with that alcohol and acid profile. What do you think?
Alcohol's up there. Acid's up there.
Yeah, you called it.
It's higher than 13.5s.
Oh, yeah. Brian Babcock?
Well, not the best flight.
No, it was better than that. It just, you're falling into the trap and you can't do that.
Back to the drawing board. Could get him out now.
No, not back. That is absolutely the wrong attitude. You have no chance. Don't even bother going. Save the money. You're not going back to the drawing board. You're doing exactly what you did, right? Mm-hmm. You're a very good taster. All things are there. Just don't make it harder than it is.
No,
That
you're
doesn't
right.
go back to the drawing board. That's just giving up. You do that. If now with 10 days left, you're screwed. You just keep doing what you're doing, and it doesn't have to be ground crew every time. I knew the minute you picked up the third glass, you were like.
It's frustrating that I didn't even consider it. That's the frustrating part,
Particularly with your description. I mean, the Pinot, after you threw out the Pinot Grigio, I thought, okay, he's going to throw out Albarino next.
It's like the first thing I said when I smelled it was, this is neutral. So when I say neutral, Albarino is like out of my wheelhouse because I always
Muscadet, Pinot Gris, Pinot Grigio, Chablis. France, Italy.
It's totally Albarino.
I know.
All right. On to the next one. Thank you.
Nice job.
Thanks for taking
Nice
the time.
job.
This is helpful.
You're going to be okay.